Welcome. The final day of the Premier League season. And you can see Leon is out on location. So he won't be here for long. But we appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
obviously, you had the biggest game of the day. So obviously you had to be here. So we won't waste time. We'll quickly go through the guest the player. Then we'll go through the prediction table. And then we'll go straight to Tottenham. So without any further ado, can you guess this player? He started off at Galatasaray, then went to Columbus Crew, then went to Liverpool, then went to Blackburn, then went to Aston Villa, and ended his career at Spurs. Who is this player?
Yeah.
So, Bevan's got it, I can see. I know Leon's probably got it. And Lamont is scratching his head.
Nah,
I actually said it before you scratched your head as well.
I didn't know that he went to Galatasaray though. I think it's the middle two that
started.
Yeah.
Right. Before Lamont types it in the screen, let's I can see hands just going. He hasn't got his mad glasses anymore. Leon, do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know who it is, Lamont? Shall I give a clue? Do you need a clue?
I'll give you one clue. He's a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Horrible at Liverpool.
He's a goalkeeper.
Is he American?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, yeah. No,
Got it. You got it.
Cool.
You got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, all together. Don't mute yourself. Okay, it's not Tim Howard. It's not Tim Howard. Just in case.
He went at Liverpool, bro. Brad Friedel.
Brad
Easy.
Sorry, Brad Friedel.
All right, cool. That is the last one of the season, or of this portion anyway. We'll get some for the World Cup. So the last one is the prediction table, which I am kind of fuming about. I won't even lie. So the prediction table is up. So this is how it is. This is last week.
Last week.
Yeah, this is last week.
Well,
Leo, you were away, so you didn't know. This was last
I didn't
week.
even know.
So you put in yours. Everyone went in and it was kind of blind. And we have a winner.
Oh, you're joking. Leon, how have you done this time?
Wow.
Mate.
Bro, I was fourth like 2 weeks ago.
Mate.
I choked. I got 2 points for the last 3 weeks. I choked.
Oh, and you know what? 6 points as well, you know, so I was good for it as well.
Wait, how did I get 4?
All right, well done, Lee.
I think you predicted Arsenal 2-1, didn't you?
Who?
2-1.
Yeah, everyone predicted Arsenal 2-1 apart from me. I predicted 2. And at one stage, I was rubbing my hands thinking, yeah, cool. And then they scored. And so I was vexed. But yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Well done, Leon. You have won it this year.
Very well
you
done.
have the crown. Maybe we'll fund a little trophy from our little fund. we'll make it one to Bevan and Lou.
Or a medal.
They'll medal, yeah, for real. Okay. So, where do we start? Tottenham. Well, in fact, let's be right. Congratulations, Arsenal. You are the champions. Worthy champions. Best defense, best attack. Controlled VAR throughout the whole season. So you had control of the whole league. Corners, for and against, you controlled everything. Even had the best set piece man. Or maybe Aston Villa. Can't remember. Yeah, you think it was you. So yeah. So well done.
Hold on. I swear Tottenham were got the same amount of set pieces as we did.
Did they? Wow.
It's close. It's close.
Okay. But yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We congratulate you early in the week. But it's the last day. You had the trophy. How does it feel?
Feels good.
I'll speak to you later. Congratulations. You guys have survived. Obviously, Leo's got to go back to where he is. So we've shuffled it around quickly. So
You're lucky that my medal didn't arrive.
I'm not being able to Bevan on purpose. I'm just, we'll have the conversation. So yeah, Leon, congratulations. You stayed in the Prem. I know you thought you were relegated. You said it more than once. How does it feel? Another season in the Prem.
Bro, it's a relief, honestly. The season has been dismal. Let's not get it twisted. We are in the position we deserve to be in because as much as we can complain about injuries, if you look at the Premier League, obviously the amount of injuries that we've had is been horrible. But if you look at the performance of the players who were available and when they've come back in, they just haven't been good enough. But you've seen what happens when you bring in a manager who knows what he wants from the players, knows how to manage, and knows how to get the best out of what he has at his disposal. And Roberto De Zerbi has to be given a lot of credit because at the time when he got brought in, obviously, the destiny of our fate was in our hands. But with 6 games to go, we had the worst format of all of the teams that were battling for those relegation places. And if you look at it, the way Nottingham Forest and Leeds responded in those in that same period was amazing. I mean, they put themselves in a position where they didn't even have to worry 2 weeks from the end of the season. So for them, got to give them credit. West Ham, it looked like they had better form going in, but have to give so much credit to Zerbi for turning what was, a very, very dire situation for Tottenham, turning it around, managed to get 3 wins, which he said he would need at least 3. And I said we'd need at least 3 wins. I didn't know where they would come. And that game ended up being the Aston Villa away game, which was really the one where we weren't sure where we was going to get that 3rd win from. We thought it might have came against Leeds, but Leeds showed that they really wanted us to go down because they basically capitulated today and let West Ham get a nice 3-0 victory. But have to give Paulinho a lot of credit. He scored 2 very, very important goals in this run. And, ultimately his goal today has saved us from going down because had we have lost that game, obviously we could have got away with a draw. But if, we conceded a goal late on and by not getting a goal, it could have been pretty bad for us. So I'm just relieved. Obviously the celebration at the end were people have been sort of getting that Spurs for celebrating like they've just won a title. But honestly, for the future of the club, staying up is just as big for them because realistically, if we had gone down, there's no guarantees we'll kind of straight back up. I actually think West Ham are better equipped with being able to go down and come back straight back up because they've done it before, whereas Spurs haven't been down since the 70s. And, this group of players, you wouldn't say that you bet on them being able to get themselves back into the Prem, despite how big the club is. So
the mom was saying the same thing just now.
I'm glad we can live to fight another day, and De Zerbi can go in, ring out changes. The board have to listen. Certain people who are running the club behind the scenes have to go. And, the fans have been calling for it for a long time. There's a lot of wholesale changes required. And hopefully the club, this has been a massive wake-up call. That's 2 17th place finishes in 2 years. There's no coincidence there. That just shows something. And as much as we want to blame injuries or whatever, you've got to look at the standard of the squad. You've got to look at some of the individuals, the mentality, the resilience or lack of resilience, and for us to be in this position 2 seasons in a row, when you consider how much money Tottenham earns, I think the 9th richest club in the world, and we've had 2 seasons where we've literally been the 4th worst team in the league. So there's a lot of change needed, and hopefully we've got the right manager to help make that change, but he needs help. He needs people to be on the same page and to make the club go back in the right direction because there's a lot of change needed.
Paulinho, do you want to keep him?
Would I keep Paulinho? Yeah, 100%. But people talk about, his lack of progressive passing ability, but you always need those kind of guys that are going to fight for the team, going to fight for the badge. The best teams in the world have always had a player that will just do the dirty work. So for us, he's the type of player that we need to keep in the club. There are others who you would say, their days may be numbered. And there's a long list. I won't go through it all, but De Zerbi, that's his job. He knows who he wants. I think his post-match press conference there was a mention of 10 players who he believes will definitely be will have a future. I'm not sure how true that is because a lot of this comes from journalist reports and stuff like that on social media. But honestly, someone like him needs to stay in the club, and there's a few others that I would say are must keeps. But by and large, this is a very disconnected group of players to the fans, and I wouldn't say that there's any. I don't think anyone is exempt from being, potentially on the transfer market because, they've underperformed. I mean, we got a trophy last season by the skin of our teeth. We've had a fortunate draw, and we've managed to escape relegation the next season. So you wouldn't say that there's a bag of players here who deserve, the chance to redeem themselves because they have been so poor over this period.
Before you go, Skipper, what was your view on him staying in Argentina to watch his boyhood club in like a playoff final?
He came back.
You guys, he came back.
He was back. He was back in the stadium. He was back in the stadium today. So there was a lot of speculation about him being in Argentina. There were reports saying that he had taken a private flight to Argentina and he was there. I think maybe for optics, he'd flown back. Obviously, he's a footballer. He's got the money. He's flown back in time for the game. And I think, we don't know what his original plan was. We know that. So
it's fine.
Exactly. Belgrano is his boyhood club, and they've actually gone on to win the league for the first time in their history in Argentina. But he needed to be here. Your captain has to be at the stadium. And as much as you want to say he doesn't have as much effect on the pitch, he's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be there with the boys, trying to make sure that they secure safety. And whether he has a future or not at the club, right now he's our captain and he has to be the first in line to lead the team to safety. And I'm glad that he did stay. Obviously, there's been a lot of he's been under a lot of criticism or a lot of scrutiny for some of his actions and his behaviours and his comments, and generally ill discipline on the pitch. So the fact that he was there is good, but we'll see whether the fact that he took that flight in the first place, whether he will, be with us next season. I can't see it, if I'm being honest. But if you're not down for the cause, if you're not 100% committed to the club, I don't want you here anyway. So
we'll I think his head's gone already, man. I don't know. I think he's gonna go in the summer. Atletico are calling, innit?
I was surprised he stayed, to be honest with you. He signed a contract. Obviously, he was made promises that weren't kept. But yeah, I thought he was going to be gone in the summer, just gone. So if he goes this summer, I'm not going to lose any sleep. He is a very talented defender, but his decision making and his lack of discipline is a real concern, and he's not someone I'm going to miss, if I'm being honest, if he does leave.
Yes, Lee. Well, you know what? You can celebrate the survival, my bro. You can celebrate the survival.
A relief, man. I don't think I would have heard the end of it if we went down. Definitely
wouldn't have.
Arsenal won the league. They wanted us to go down. West Ham wanted us to go down. Chelsea wanted to go down. I know fans from all of those clubs, and I would have never heard the end of it. So I'm glad that we survived. Forget banter aside, the future of the club is important. But I think the board has to really take a look at themselves, look at who's running this club, and make some really, really big changes. Kind of like what certain other teams, I won't name names, have had to do in the last few seasons. We have to do the same.
Yes, mate. Well, Lee, thank you for your synopsis, brother, and your summary. I think it's fair to say we know that your season hasn't gone to plan whatsoever. Wherever you are, we appreciate you for joining tonight. Enjoy and see you soon.
Yeah, man, I'll be back up with you guys. Don't worry about that.
See you in the Prem.
We've got some important games coming up, mate. Some important games. There's an important game next weekend, eh, Bev?
Yeah,
there is, bruv. There is. You know what I mean? We're talking about that.
Well, might have to be a little watch along or something there still. We have to see.
think the
I need
people got to watch
good
out for that
energy, so
one.
like, I don't know what you, if any of you, no disrespect intended.
No, I hear it.
But
I
need
would
to
be the
keep-
same if I was you too. I might go hit up Lamont.
I don't.
Be on the
You
hater
can't
side.
be. You can't. I don't want. I don't want no hate alongs, bros. I need good energy around
Yeah,
me,
that's
bros.
what
I
it
don't
will
want
be. Me
Yeah.
definitely joining the hater fun. The hater fun. All right, guys. We'll catch you up. I'll catch up with you guys. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the pod. Thanks for everyone joining.
You got, bros.
So yeah, as you said, congratulations on Spurs. They are in the Premier League next season, and Leon and Daryl will be extremely happy. And Bevan is not. He's really said as much. He's
Everton,
not
bros.
happy.
Everton are just doo-doo, bro. They didn't even try today. They didn't even try, bros. Vix. After about 5 minutes, I knew Spurs was going to stay up, bros.
You said this stat anyway, right? In the last 5 games, Tottenham are 3rd in the league, and
yeah.
So they're playing better than they were before. And Everton never travelled that well. I remember I said it. I just said it last week. Because the mom was like wishful thinking for them man's thinking it was 2-1. I said Everton don't travel well, so you never know. So
They don't travel well at all.
Nah,
There's only one winner of that game. After about 5 minutes, I was like, Spurs are going to win this game. They're going to get something out of it. And all they needed really was a draw, innit?
Yeah, funny enough though, is it Tyreek George, ex-Chelsea, or Loney? He was on point. He was on point, man. He came on and he had a chance created 2. None of them Everton could actually bury, but bad.
He's he's a highly young player. Plays England 21s. He's very direct.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, we've dragged it out long enough. Let's let you celebrate. Arsenal have lifted the trophy for the first time.
Can't we do that at the end of the show?
I was thinking about it, but people say I'm too bad, man. I'm too bad,
fair
man.
enough.
My cousins and my brother want to watch it, so
You want to finish on a high, innit? I thought you might want to finish on a high.
My medal didn't arrive in time, you know.
Bro, I'm trying to give you kudos. I was trying to let you finish the show on a high. Actually,
that's a good point. Actually,
bros, I'm already on a high, bros. Like, nothing can bring me down, bros.
All right,
nothing can bring me down.
22 years of gas bagging. No wonder why you're high. But anyway,
who's gas bagging, bro? You've done the most gas bagging, bros. 13 years without Premier League, bros. Like,
still high.
In counting, you get me? Still
13,
high, bro.
22, same, but different, I guess.
Bros, but it's not 22 though, is it?
No, I'm just saying 13, 22.
It's 5 days, bro.
Different.
It's 5 days. We're talking about
5 days.
So go on then. Say what you want to say. Listen, I've really mocked in jest about Arsenal and all that stuff, but I'll be honest, the mentality shift from previous seasons was clear. You had a few stumbles, but no crumbles.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people talked about the subs and you having the strongest squad in Europe, etc. But it just goes to show that you may have not had like elite level substitutes, but you had Premier level substitutes. That the Maduekes, the Mosqueras, even your left back, what's his name again? Italian.
Calafiori
switching up with Hincapié. You always had a level that most of the opposition you're playing for, those players probably would get into their team. And they didn't drop.
Yeah.
So listen, kudos to Arteta. He took his time, but he said he was going to get there. He bought the dog called win to help you win. He simulated Anfield to help you win. He did it all. But now, what can people say? He's done it. He said he was going to do it. He's done it.
That's exactly it, bros. I think you've got to give him credit. I know that we've messaged in the group and I've given him his receipts about, is it going to be this season or next season? And it was this season.
For real.
Foreshadowing, big up you once. You know what I mean? Even though you'd be facetious, so we know. You didn't believe he was going to win the league this year, bros. You did not.
I did.
You could.
I called it from early.
No, you didn't. You never called it from early because you, Man United, remember? It was mathematically possible sometime in April, or was that March? I don't know. Whenever that was, when you went on your run, that you said it's still mathematically possible. So you did not call nothing. So yeah, we've won the league this year, and I think it was out of the three, like last year we wasn't in the league at all. The first year that we came second, we weren't expected to do it, and the second year afterwards, we ran City close, and we lost one. We lost one game against Villa, and that's what derailed us because we ended up losing the league by 2 points. And I said last year we were off it. We had an off season, and you can have that. And this season we came good. There was games that we dug deep in, and even at games where we lost against Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Man City, it just meant that we had to win the rest of the games that we had. And I did say a few games ago that we had to win 5 out of 7 games, and we won those 5. I just didn't think that we would lose 2 in a row and have to win the last 5. So today really was just crowning off the league, and it looked like a team that was waiting for a cup final because we rotated a lot of players. You had Jesus come in, you had Martinelli start. He started with Norgard and Skelly, and really a whole new backline. Really, one that's never really played together, and we should have. Hayes should have had a hat trick. He's hit the post, and then he's had a chance where he should have scored, and he didn't.
The one-on-one, he should have buried that, man.
Yeah, should have buried it. But then he took his goal well, and then we scored from a set-piece routine. By the way, came 2-0, and then I think it just was kind of coasting time, and then Palace score, and they score a decent goal with a decent header, and 2 minutes later they score again, and if it doesn't hit good times,
So unfortunate.
no, it's so fortunate.
Yeah, for you.
You see the way
I'm only thinking of the fantasy football of our prediction league, innit?
Oh, okay.
Prediction leagues are so unfortunate because no one would have got points, and you all got 4 points from that.
Oh yeah, you're the one. You would have won the league, right?
Bruv, I think I would have won.
Yeah, you
And at 2-0 I was vexed as well because at 2-0 I was like, yeah, Arsenal keep me clean sheet. Arsenal always failing me, bro. So I don't like you guys.
Always failing us.
All right.
Really,
Is this the beginning of an era of domination for Arsenal? I know some Arsenal fans think it is, with Pep resigning, or we don't know if he's retiring or just resigning, with Slot being kept in at Liverpool, Alonso going into what is not a great setup. Is it all there for the taking for you?
I think it is because there is a lot of unknowns in terms of, as you said, Slot at Liverpool is an unknown situation. I don't think you're going to have the same bad season as you had this season, but it is. It would depend on the summer that you had and who you can get to stay fit, and so it's uncertainty there. There's uncertainty at Man City. Is Maresca going to just come in and hit the ground running? Then you've got Man United, and you got Man United, but I'm not sure that Man United are a team that are ready to win the league next year, and they would, especially with playing 2 games a week. I think it's going to be a different kind of pressure on them. Mm-hmm. So as I said, there's a lot of unknown. So really, it is there could be a period of dominance for Arsenal, and looking at the way that Arteta is speaking this week, it doesn't seem that like he's just happy to be here. I think he's tasted victory and he wants more. It's like he's smelt blood and he wants to go in for the kill. So with all that uncertainty, Arsenal seem to be set up to go again, which is something that we've never done. So we're gonna have to do something that we've never done before.
Okay,
but I still think it could. I do think it's possible for us to do it.
I think to be honest, you've got some guys in your team that are passengers at the moment, but in fairness, with the depth that you've got in your squad, like Gabriel Jesus, for example, Martinelli, these guys for me, they're not going to take you to the next level and have you consistently playing and having people competing for places. Like if you replace those guys with people that are like literally chomping at the bit to get first team place, like for example, Kepa's not going to have Raya worrying. Yeah,
I don't think he needs to.
Probably goalkeeping is probably the best,
Yeah, I
not the
agree.
best, not the best position to compare. But outfield wise, Martinelli, Gabriel is probably where I should stop really, and maybe some others if I had a minute to actually think. But those guys are not going to push the starting 11 to stay in their position and rise up and have you guys doing back-to-back league titles like the real big clubs do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Arteta is talking he's talking well this week, to be fair. He is talking well this week, and you guys you've done a decent job to, get it over the line. But the question is, can you do it again? Now everyone's kind of read your book and they got receipts on what you guys are capable of. Is Arteta, is he able to kind of do the mastermind thing again? Or was this a little bit of luck and a bit of help and fortuitousness, which is a word I know you've used quite a few times in your post matches this season through like the VAR and officiating? And I know I banter all the time, Bev, and it's always good for viewings, and a lot of it is my honest thoughts. But in the banter, for me, there is a little bit of truths as well, because if you put your fan head on and watch certain games, you think to yourself, that's why is that not given? It was given against X last week. It was given against Y last. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my question to you is, do you think that this team that you've got in the moment can go again and get another league title as it is? Or do you think you need to get out some of the deadwood and kind of, revamp a little bit?
The thing is, you always need to revamp, but those same players that you're talking about, maybe you do need to get rid of Jesus, but he's come in and scored goals for us when we needed. Martinelli has scored goals when we've needed him to. So you need to what we've shown is with the squad is that you don't necessarily need to have a squad of superstars to get you the league and to go far in a European competition. Because as much as you're going to say about gimmies and refereeing decisions, we've had to win the majority of those 38 games that we've played. Yes, some decisions have gone for us, but we've also had to score. We've also had to score goals and manage games in different ways, come back from adversity as well. And the squad has shown that it can do that. I don't think you always need to have a squad of Galacticos, because that has different problems, that have different egos. You need to have players that are going to buy into what Arteta is trying to get the team to do. And if they're able to do that and they want to go for each other, they've tasted success now. So there's nothing saying that they can't go again if they're going to remain. What it means is remaining hungry for more success. Not just I don't think it's a one and done thing.
So as a spokesperson for the footballing world, yeah, there is no worse summer than the one we are about to embark on after Arsenal winning the title after 22 years. I think every single fan I ever spoke to, whether they're a respectable one like yourself or one that you can just not stand the sight of, like most of the other Arsenal fans that are in my phone book right now, right? This next summer, I don't want to be outside. You guys are unbearable already.
That's your own fault. That's your own fault, though. That's your fault. What didn't you say? What did you call us? Nelly FC. Didn't you? Pictures, do you have pictures of you in the Bournemouth shirts? Didn't you send me pictures of where's your bottle? Wasn't that you?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
You have. So you got to hold your corn.
Listen, I was trying to drive excellence. You guys have been calling yourself a big club, yeah? And for 22 years, I was trying to get the best out of you, and it worked. So you can thank me off screen if you don't want to get it on record. You can thank me off screen. Well, yeah, man. Congratulations, anyway, guys. Listen, you done the job, bro. You done the job. I think tailor the tape or a real testament will be if you guys can do it back to back. Then I feel like the respect will be well and truly, deserved. But for now, you've got the one. My opinion, you're done. That's you now for maybe a season or two. Then you might come back. I can't see you doing it again next year. I just can't see it. I just can't see it, bro.
You can't see it because you couldn't see us doing it this year.
You know why I can't see it? Because I can't see it because they're changing the refereeing rules next season. So you guys are cooked.
you ring
come back to favour Man United,
brother.
Now that Carrick's in. Ferguson back in charge, yeah?
Is that what we're doing? Look, you can be not happy about the way that we play football, and you can talk about refereeing decisions. And if you think that that's what we got refereeing decisions, that's why we won the league, then fair enough. But then does that mean that's why we came top of the Champions League too? Were the same referees in Europe, the same referees from the Premier League? Like, what one is it? Like we are there because we were the most consistent team throughout the whole season. That's what it is.
To be fair, your Champions League group, the league table was fantastic, but the group route was nice. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was, bro.
But
you made it, but yeah, it's not your fault. The way you came top and you got who you got in it.
Yeah, and we beat what was in front of us. The same as what we've done this season, isn't it? We beat what was in front of us. We've wobbled. We've come back from wobbles when we need to come back from wobbles, and we've used the squad when we've needed to use the squad. It's not been an individual thing. It's been a squad thing. It's been a whole team thing. And the same stuff that Arteta has been doing or trying to instill in his team for the last 6 years has come to fruition, and it's worked out. And like I said, you can see a team that don't look like they're ready to rest on their laurels. We'll see next season, but I don't see that this is like a one and done thing. I see that this is a team that's ready to go again.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to speak about Arsenal after today for
What
a
we do?
long while.
No, we do next week, bro. When they Champions League, remember?
Yeah, we don't. That's lucky we don't do Champions League.
Oh, fair. But I'm saying as in the footballing world, we do. They're still in a competition, unfortunately.
I've never heard of the Champions League. I've erased it from my memory after. Okay, we won 6, so I know about it, but still.
That was flexing on another
we
level.
won 6.
That was flexing.
Won 6.
Man, I can't talk about 1. You can talk about 6. I can't talk about 1.
All right, cool. So, briefly, the runners-up: Man City versus Aston Villa. Obviously, Pep leaving. That was the main part of today for Man City, and Bernardo Silva leaving. And you could say, some will say they didn't,
and
some will
Stones,
say,
and Stones as well.
Oh yeah, and Stones for real. Did they let them down? Losing to Villa at home, was it a letdown, or was it just we're not too bothered about today because he rotated heavily.
I think we spoke about this the other week, yeah. Sorry, Bev. I think we spoke about this either last week or the week before, and we were saying like, if Arsenal win the league before the end of the season, that last game is just going to be like a job and knock. Like the guys are not going to want to get injured. The ones that have been selected for, international duty. I think you might have said something, James, and we said, look, it's integrity in it. Like, and even Bevan said, it's the Premier League integrity. So you don't want to just go and just roll over. But they didn't really look like they wanted it. If I'm honest, Villa look hungry.
But they win their first win, though, innit? After winning the cup final in the week, they're on cloud 9, innit? And Watkins gets England call up. He's now that was his last chance to show. Well, obviously he's got the friendlies. But that was his last 90 minutes to show. Look, Tuchel, I'm ready. If Harry Kane needs a rest. Yeah, 2 goals today. 2 goals against Liverpool. He's laughing, mate. He's laughing.
Yeah, 2 decent goals as well. And Semenyo struck again. So
yeah,
ready
for the World Cup.
Yeah, he's in good form, man. Good form.
So let's talk then. Guardiola. We spoke briefly on it last week, so I won't go too far into it. Legacy-wise, he's in your eyes second. How much did he change the Premier League in your beliefs? I think he changed it completely in terms of how football's played. It's starting to change again. Whether that's Arteta that's made that change, I don't know. But it started to change again. But while he was here, the way the football improved, the way you can even say coaching and tactical nous improved because of the way he kept adjusting. Inverted fullbacks, false nines.
Bruv, you see when you're saying that, the first thing I thought to myself was inverted fullback. That's the first thing that comes into my mind. When I'm seeing a left back going into DM, I said, "What? You're out of position, bro." No. That's where he's meant to be. It was, I mean, I saw Carl Walker. He had an interview this week speaking about working with Pep, and he said it took him 2 years, I think it was, for him to, or 2 seasons for him to get to grips with what Pep wanted from him, because his IQ is just beyond, comparison, really. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad he kind of came to the Premier League and didn't just bow out after doing some of the other leagues in the world. He came to the Premier League, which is deemed to be the toughest. And those that haven't been here might say it's not. Those that have will probably agree. But yeah, man, he's come in. He's definitely put a footprint down. I think he's kind of made it apparent that football isn't one-dimensional. It's not just, set pieces, and it's not just, route one
More
football,
digs.
kicking up. No, that was accident. Route one football, kicking a ball from the keeper straight over to your striker and then banging a goal. Although he's done that once or twice with Edison at the back, yeah, from as a keeper. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. So kudos to him, man. He's bowing out, and I think he's not going to have a bad taste in his mouth just because he lost to Villa. He's definitely taken a haul with him.
2 trophies. He won the 2 domestic cups. So he didn't bow out with nothing in his back pocket. So yeah, congratulations to Villa. There was when they were 1-0 down, there was our Bournemouth going to get there if Aston Villa lose, but Villa were like, nah, we're not playing that game. we don't win here that often, so we've come to win. So Unai Emery, credit to him, he wasn't playing around. Even gave Pep, we didn't see what it was, but he gave Pep a nice little present before kickoff.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I respect that.
It was in a box. It was in a box. Well, we couldn't see it from the angle that the TV had.
Oh, fair enough.
So, okay, cool. We move on. I was going to go Liverpool as we got people leaving, but why not go Man United? Because we have an official record. I said it last week. I'm not sure why did he get the whole little placard with him equaling the record. Let him get it when he wins it, innit? But obviously, because they're at home, they thought he may not do it. Let's do it at home. So now they've got to do another one. But yeah, he's got his 21. He's officially the top assister for a single season. Credit to him. And he thought to himself, why not get a goal as well? Yeah? Why not get a goal? So he got a goal. So happy with the end of your season? Because January, it looked a bit bleak. And Carrick's come in and change things around for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones where you just look at it, you say to yourself, it's definitely the manager, the coach that was suffocating the way we were playing, his stubbornness and so on. And they brought in someone that's a little bit more flexible, a little bit more dynamic, and not so, set in their ways. And he's managed to kind of turn the results around, get us further up the table, and bring us back into Europe, albeit maybe a tad bit too early, because you'd want to kind of get a season under your belt, reinvest, and then go into Champions League when you're ready. Sometimes you just got to go straight into the deep end. Bruno gets his 21st assist. I don't think there was anybody doubting that he was going to get another 3 or 4 opportunities other than Bevan in this last game. But outside of that, his goal was superb. Even though they tried to call it offside, and VAR had a look, they realised that Arsenal won the league, so they can just give it to him. Yeah, so you know what I mean. He buried it, and he got his goal as well, just to top it off.
The Embuemo goal.
Yeah, that was good football, innit? Complete football. That
was football.
Complete football.
Yeah. You know what it is? The thing is, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes you see that I've seen my team play that kind of football at the end of the season where there's nothing riding on it, and it looks great. And then September comes back around, and you're like, "Rah, where was that football you was playing in May, bruvs? With nothing riding on it." Because that weren't happening a couple of weeks ago. So like, it's nice. It was lovely. It's great football, but sometimes I don't think you can get too carried away about it.
To be honest, though, Bev, I hear you're saying that. I don't know if you're talking. I don't know if you're generalizing that about the way that they've been playing. But since Carrick's come in, we've done that a few times. We've done it against City. We've done it. I feel like we've done it against Arsenal, where we had pockets of play where the other team are chasing shadows and we're getting a goal. And that's happened more than once this season. So, since Carrick's come in. So I hear what you're saying, but I do believe that, we have got quality in there and we can now just build on this now. I think at the end of last season, the beginning of this season, I said the most important thing for us was to get goals. And we done that in abundance this season. And that's probably a big reason as to why we are sitting where we are right now, comfortably.
I was laughing at when he scored the goal, because Dogu, like, he ran over the ball, tripped over, spun around, ended up with a good through ball, but the VAR had them worried. But yeah, good win. Brighton are one of those funny teams where you never know what you're gonna get with them. Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get. But it could have been worse, because your favourite player, Dogu, had a last minute one where he's through on the wing, trying to go for another Puskas. Probably that's probably why it was in your eyes anyway. Probably why he messed up. But so you're happy. You're not sure about next season, obviously, because you're going to need to sign players. Let's be real.
Yeah, summer's important. Summer's important.
Casemiro gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gone.
I was going to say, Carrick signing early. I think, again, one of my post matches, probably the last one, and a few of the lives, I've been saying how important it is for us to get Carrick or get someone to sign the dotted line, so we have a focus for the summer and we're not distracted by rushing to get someone in after the World Cup, because you're not signing anybody during the World Cup, and then trying to find someone whose price tag is probably going to skyrocket if they have a good World Cup, and or if they don't, you're going to look elsewhere and think, "Wow, I've got to take the worst of the best of the worst," if you like. So yeah, man, we've done our business early, which I can credit them. Is Carrick the right man? At the moment, he is. So I'll stand behind their decision. In the summer, the signings
you're always going to
important
stand behind the decision, though. You're a company man. You're always going to, whatever United do or say, you're going to agree with it, bruv. Okay. You've never once gone against anything United have done.
What do you mean?
When the right, pardon?
Well, I didn't want Højlund. I didn't want Højlund.
Come on, bro.
I didn't want Højlund. Xerxes, I kind of said, all right, Xerxes will do. I didn't want Højlund. I didn't want him.
All right, cool. I'm on the pod. I'm saying on the pod.
Like, or Ugarte, to be fair. Or Ugarte.
No, definitely but we've never asked you about Ugarte, but anything that United have done, you've agreed with it. You're not gonna say no, I don't want Carrick. If you didn't want, you wanted the last manager.
Well, no, I didn't say I didn't want Carrick, because to be fair, I'd given him an opportunity to prove himself.
That's
I didn't
fine.
really
Listen,
I wasn't fully supportive of the decision. I just said, let's see what he can do. Like, even with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when Ole came in, I said, well, boy, he's got legend pedigree, and that's about it. Let's see what he can do when he's got his hands at the wheel. And he done a job for a short amount of time, and then when he's kind of looked like he was a sure thing, he definitely weren't a sure thing. So he's one of them, innit?
Yeah,
but I get you. Listen, I'm going to support what their decisions they're making, because they probably got more understanding of why they're making these decisions than I do. Until it doesn't look good to me. When it doesn't look that good to me, then I have to distance myself straight away. Like, nah, this ain't for me. Guy needs to go.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll move on. Liverpool. It's all come to an end. Job done, but questions remain. That's where I see it with us. Start off with thank you, Salah. Thank you, Robbo. You came together, you left together, and between you, Salah became world class. At one stage, Robbo, for a period, was probably the best left back in the world for a period. Didn't stay that way, but he had a spell, and they leave with trophies galore. But obviously with Salah, it's a bit of a cloud because of things he's said, and obviously his last season isn't a season that he really wanted to have. And then the cloud remains in general, because this week has been a bit weird. You've had people claiming that they know, sources have said that Slot's going to get sacked, mutual consent, and Slot's been sitting there saying, look, I'm involved in all the talks, I'm staying, to the point where one of the coaches he wanted to bring with him when he first signed, who couldn't get a work permit, is apparently now joining this summer. I think when that started moving, people were like, yeah, he's not going anywhere. Right? He's not going anywhere. So I don't know whether I, as a Liverpool fan, think we should. Obviously, used to as non-Liverpool fans, probably think he should stay. Because I think he should go.
I'm not saying I should go because I'm not a Liverpool fan. I just think that like he did win you the league in his first season. All right, this season he's at a drop off, but drop offs happen, man. It's not.
He broke records.
No,
I hear you. I give him a blight. Funny this week, players have been a bit more open, and we've heard more of what actually went on at the beginning of the season, and they've now actively come out and said that they actually refused to train and didn't want to train the first few weeks of the season. The preseason was done because none of them wanted to train, and Verts has come out and said he didn't know what to do. You come in, one of their best friends, their brothers has died, and the players don't want to be there. You're on the physio's bench. The physios don't want to treat you because their heads are not there. The players are not there in training, and then all of a sudden, okay, the season starts. We got to play. So no one knows when that changed, if it did at all, whether it's still lingering there.
Yeah.
So does that affect Slot as well? Because everyone's saying the players. Who knows what the bond that Slot had with him as well? And whether that's affected him. Obviously, that's far-fetched. That's far-fetched. But
no, I don't think it's far-fetched at all, bro. Grief is a mysterious thing. Nobody can nail what that looks like for any individual. So I don't think it's a fair statement to say it's far-fetched at all, James. I think you're right in terms of it rocking the mood in the camp. What I will say, I disagree with one thing that Bevan said. Just to go back slightly, with giving Slot the credit for winning the league when he first came. I'm going to stand on it, and James knows what I'm going to say. I believe it was Klopp's team, so he was on his coattails. The team was still in a very good shape when Klopp left. He done what most managers don't do, which is leave a team in a very good condition. But he done that, and Slot's come in and he won with them. However, when you look at what an individual means to a group of people, players in this instance, and i.e. Jota, RIP, when you look at the stats across the season and everyone's saying they're not running as hard and they're not doing this and not doing that, when you need to get a little bit of life, excuse the expression, back into a game, what do you see happen? Jota comes on the pitch. All of a sudden, you got that extra 10, 15%. So it's little things like that when you say it to me, James, at the beginning of the season, I was like, no, man, they're professionals. And I kind of had to get my human side back involved. I said, you know what? You got a point, to be honest. And when I started to see the numbers running through, I'm like, Raj, you know what? Little things like that, I say little things like that, but like one individual can make a huge difference to a group of people and players in this instance. So, yeah, man, not to kind of go on too much about it, but look, you're still in Champions League, so I feel like you've got to look at that as a positive, because if you was into Europa or further down the table, I think people will be definitely having major concerns. I feel like Salah and, him coming out a few times and being a little bit petulant on the media, I feel like that could have maybe been engineered a bit better, knowing that, there's a group of players here that are also going to need the moral support. And I think you guys have just got to look at how you're going to change things going into the summer. It's going to be a little bit difficult with the World Cup happening. That means no one's really going to have a break, because all the big teams will have all their players in international duty, which will mean when the preseason starts, that's going to be a delay for the large portion of them. So you're not going to have them integrated straight away, depending on where they finish in the competition. Obviously, that goes without saying, I guess. So, yeah, chalk this one off, James. It's just going to be one of them ones where you say to yourself, yeah, right, cool. You might say it's been the worst title defense in history.
It isn't, though. It isn't.
Or is it
It's
not?
not. No.
We were
Leicester-
joking about it before, but I don't know.
Chelsea
and Leicester.
Chelsea and Leicester have been worse than this.
All right, so that's irrelevant. But again, you might say that it's not the best title defense. Then how about that?
Look,
However, you could have chalk it off.
look, really and truly, the team that Liverpool had, they lost a lot of players. They didn't replace the players that they lost. Salah lost his powers. He didn't have a good season. Maybe he should have. He was a season too late. He left the party a bit too late, potentially. So you always want to leave when the party's rocking, not when it's dying down. You lost Diaz. You lost Jota, and I think that like you got to take
Trent.
those. You lost Trent. Yeah. It could also be a season too far for Virgil as well. So I think that like where we live in a instant microwavable society, that like if it doesn't work straight away, then we just get rid of it and throw it in the bin. And I'm just thinking that like if the guy won you the league last season, you're not in a relegation dogfight. Yeah, you're not performing as well. The title defense isn't the best. I think that like you can afford to give him a little bit more time. Will it work out? Who knows? But if you have it as a revolving door, then there isn't any stability, and there's no guarantee that like it ends up being a roller coaster and things might be worse. I don't think the good thing about England is that we don't run it like how it is in the Liga. It's not like Barcelona and Real Madrid, where if the manager doesn't perform straight away, they get rid of him and then bring someone else in and then hope that works. I think that like we have to I think it's better to look at things differently and to run things differently. So like, yeah, I can say that as an Arsenal fan, but that's not me saying it to say that like keep him there because Liverpool will be garbage next season. It's more like he won you the league. Yes, he's had a bad season, but next season he might come good and win you the league again. Who knows? But if
He needs some physicality in that team because we're too weak, man. We're too slow. We need a DM or a centre midfielder that has an engine. Because, as you said, is it a step too far for Verge? He's paid every minute of every game this season at his age. Because obviously Leone had his injury, ACL done. He didn't trust Gomez to play centre back regularly enough, and Konate was the one that was chopping and changing, and he was many parts of the season after terrible. So, can he change it around? Anything is possible. End of the day, if he gets the kind of players he needs to play his football to the level that he has done previously, you never know. I'm not going to say we're going to go out and win the league, but we could challenge potentially. But if what was going on through the press and through social media has left to go by, then he's got work in his hands. I mean, Jones today, he didn't even celebrate his goal, bro.
No, he didn't.
At first, I was like, okay, he looked like he was telling Salah that he might be offside. But with talks that he might be leaving, a goal in front of the cop, you would have thought he would have celebrated it because it could be his last game and last goal. But it was a weird atmosphere. In terms of the players leaving, there's some people complaining, saying Slot took Salah off too early. Like, come on, man. When he came off, I was thinking that is a bit early. Why not take him and Robert off like in the 80s? Like, let them have the minutes. But I guess he knew there was going to be a Henderson tribute because Henderson didn't get his goodbye. He knew there was going to be a Jones one. They were doing both at the same time. He tried to space it out a bit, innit? But for the beauty of the game itself, because he was actually the best player, he got player of the match, I would have liked to see him stay on because I actually wanted to win the game. When he went off, it looked less likely that we're actually going to win the game.
But, Salah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good shot though. He had a good shot early on though. Free kick, bruv. I thought that was going in. Well, it was until it wasn't, till it hit the post. You know the ones there. So it was one of them. You see when I hit the post, I thought, this game's going to be a draw, you know.
Yeah.
I might even have put...
was rooted.
I might even have put that in my predictions. I think I might even put my prediction that might have been a draw game because I just felt like something ain't right with that, man. But like I said, Champions League, James, you can't grumble too much, bro. Serious.
Yeah, we can't. We got the minimum. We've got the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully, Hopefully we get a winger from Leipzig. That'll make my day. If the Monday comes in the summer, I'll be ecstatic with that one.
100 million, they're saying, though.
Hopefully we can get it down. Hopefully Klopp can do us a favour, as he's in charge of parts of that. Cool. So the rest of these we'll do quickly. Sunderland, Chelsea. Alonso's got a lot of work coming in. Another red card.
Bruv.
Another red card. Stupid red card.
Oh, bruv, did you listen, when you look at red card back here, Colwell is trying to, listen, we talk about people trying to cheat. Man's like, it was me, ref, it was me.
Yeah.
And it's clearly Fofana holding him back, bros. Clearly holding him back. What are they? Yeah,
why I just don't get why people do it, man. Right.
I've got to be honest, though. The dink over his head, bruv, I would have taken a red straight. No joke. No joke. You know what I'm talking about?
I get it now.
Did you get me? Like, James, like, serious? Honestly, the dink over his head was peak.
But, well, they got to fix that fragile mentality. That's what Alonso's got to do as soon as he walks through that door. Because Cole Palmer can only carry them so far. Great strike, but poor goalkeeping. Absolutely poor goalkeeping. Goalkeeper had hologram hands, as you call him, and I call them biscuit wrists. Yeah, both all in one, bro. Hologram biscuit wrists, bro.
That's terrible.
So,
can we just take a moment though and just say how well Sunderland have played this season?
Yeah, big.
But they're in Europe.
Next to brother, again, it's a credit. Like next to Arsenal, and you know what? You can't even say next to Arsenal because obviously Arsenal have been superb, but I'm saying literally they've been promoted and they've just gone straight into Europe. No playing around. That's what you're meant to do when you come up from the Championship. Do you get what I mean? Like you're meant to invest and then go B.
All I will say is that now the Europe thing's a bit weird because you can get 8th and be in Europe. That's one thing. And what this is showing is there's a lot of teams in Europe where Europe isn't for them. It's like those same teams in Europe might struggle next year to be with Europe. Europe might be the bane of their existence. Like Europe didn't help Tottenham this season. It didn't help Forest, and it didn't help Crystal Palace in the league. It's difficult to apply to go on all fronts. Yeah, Villa did it, but they suffered in the league at some points as well. So like big up Forest, not Forest. Big up Brighton, Southampton, and Bournemouth.
Oh yes, Southampton,
Sunderland. I always get Sunderland. I always get Sunderland, Southampton mixed up. I don't know why. Yeah, big up Sunderland. Huh?
It's the red and white strip.
Yeah, it's red and white. Yeah. Big up Sunderland. Big up Bournemouth. Big up Brighton. But sometimes that Europe thing could be a poison chalice, man. It's hard to play those games, especially in the Conference League where you got to play Thursday, Sunday football. That's not easy, man.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer scored a banger as well. To kind of like just sending a message to Tuncho, say, bro, you shouldn't have left me out. But
Tuchel said exactly what we said, bro.
You only do it against a small game.
He's not been good this season, though, has he? Bro, Palmer's not been great this season, and he's injured as well.
Nah.
So you're gonna take another injured guy to the World Cup. So he's gonna come next season and be injured. Like, yeah, man.
Should have had that operation, bro.
Yeah.
Should have had the operation.
I get why you
only
say
thing I will
take him.
say, it feels like it's gonna be one of the... Yeah, go on.
No, I get why you're taking because he is a difference maker and he can be a bit of a maverick. Yeah. But if he's like 75%, 70%, is it worth taking a player like that to the World Cup?
No.
Is that gonna be? Is he gonna make that much of a difference when he's not at full capacity? And then you're risking an injury anyway.
Pick a shout.
Yeah, Gibbs White is one that's horrible, man. He should have gone because he's had a good season.
Yeah, he is. So I was going to say, it feels like it's going to be the weakest. Obviously, other than the Champions League, it feels like Europa League and Conference League. I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh, but it's going to be a bit weak British representation overall. But maybe I'm being harsh.
Maybe with Brighton, because I don't think Brighton have got the depth, James. So I have to agree with you there. Sorry if we've got anybody that supports Brighton and watching the pod, but I just got to be honest. With Sunderland and Bournemouth...
In the end.
Yeah, they're in the conference.
Brighton,
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a conference. Yeah, Bournemouth. I don't believe they've got the squad depth, so I do feel like what Bevan said. He might not be far wrong with them. Sunderland, though, I feel like they got depth. I do really feel like they got depth, so I feel like they might be all right. They'll be the one out of the three of those that are able to kind of persevere through next season and probably finish in a good position as well as do well in the competition itself.
Yeah,
I
We'll see, innit?
I think you got to look at like teams that play in Europe and then look at their results after they played in Europe.
Yeah,
and see how that happened for them on the weekend when that was going on. And when it gets to like October, November, like things can get dark and it can get difficult. And when you get stuck down the bottom of the Premier League, it's not easy to recover and get back out of it. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, good for big them up, but sometimes it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. All right, cool. Quick fire round we go around the grounds. So Fulham 2-0 against Newcastle. Newcastle look like they were finding some form recently, but another defeat, 2-0 against Fulham. West Ham, they tried. To their credit, they tried. And Leeds also tried to get, for some reason, Tottenham down because they were horrific today. But it will be interesting to see who stays. Will Bowen stay, or will someone tempt him to leave at the age of 29, almost 30? I think he's gonna be 30 in December. Will someone tempt to stay in the Premier League? So 3-0 against Leeds, Forest, 1-1 with Bournemouth. Gibbs White, good free kick.
Yeah.
And then obviously Bournemouth ending the season, I think 16 or 17 games unbeaten for Ariola to leave and Marco Rosa to come in. And then finally, the bottom basement battle between Wolves and Burnley. At one stage, I think Wolves got off the bottom because they were beating Burnley.
Yeah.
But that's not good for them. Not good for them. Okay, so that has been our roundup. We move on to Player of the Game Week.
Oh, this is gonna be tough, you know.
Nah, it should be straightforward.
Nah.
I think is it me now?
Yeah,
Or is it still not? Actually, no, Bevan only
it might
started
be
last week,
Bevan
I think.
actually. It might be Bevan.
Yeah, Bevan only started last week.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to him last week, and I'm going to give it to him again this week. He broke the record this week, and he got a goal, decent goal as well. So yeah, big up Bruno, man. And also,
Anyone else?
Player of the week.
I think I'm going with Bruno as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he did get player as well, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's the Premier League Player of the Year. He didn't get the. It's not PFA, is it?
No, the Football Writers one. I don't think the Football Writers have done the one yet.
No,
the Football Writers done their first.
He got the
Football
Writers.
Okay.
I think he got Premier League Player of the Year.
He got Premier League Player of the Year as well. I think that's voted for. Players Player hasn't come.
Yeah, the Players Player hasn't come. He got voted by the fans, innit?
Okay.
Yeah,
the Premier League one.
All right, and the moment of the week for you, Bevan. What's your moment of the week?
I get to see my league lift the Premier League trophy. That's got to be the only moment of the week I can say it. Yeah,
that's fair. I will go with Spurs staving off relegation. I didn't want to see them go down, so De Zerbi came in, did a good job. So them obviously the Arsenal fans were willing for them to go down. So it's just not Arsenal to get the way throughout the whole thing. So it's good. That's good. The one.
My moment of the week is West Ham getting relegated.
Oh, that's hateful, bro.
Fair enough.
That's harsh.
Don't like them?
I mean, no,
I thought it would have been Bruno getting the 21.
Nah. I really knew he was going to do that, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Predictions. So we've only got our 3 predictions. Oh, in fact, what am I talking about? It's the end of the show. There's no predictions.
There's no predictions.
There's no predictions. Oh, man. I thought I had one more week to win. Nah. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you for this season. It's been great. It's been a fun season. We've enjoyed it all. Another new Premier League person on the show. So we've had me win it while we've been on the show. You've had Bevan win it while I've been on the show. So we'll see. can it change again next season? I'm sure Lamont is in full voice and definitely saying they're going to win it.
We're going to win it, bro.
We'll see. We'll see.
Can you say that louder for the people in the back?
Yeah, say it again.
I've said it a few times this season. They couldn't get any one of those takes.
Yeah, for real. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And hit the notification button. We will be doing the World Cup. So catch us next week or in a couple of weeks because we'll do our player of the season, our team of the season, young player of the season, and manager of the season. So don't forget to like, subscribe, as I said already, and don't forget to comment. Peace out.
Later.